All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. We're diving into some Python today.
Yeah, getting into the nitty-gritty.
Especially if you've been working with, you're starting to get the hang of lists.
Yeah, you've learned about lists.
We're going to take it up a notch.
Take it to the next level.
We're looking at some really, really cool stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
And specifically, we're looking at three key methods that you can use with lists.
Yes.
Append, pop, and choice.
Yeah.
And we've got some cool code examples here.
Yeah. We've got some good stuff.
That really showcase these methods.
Yeah.
And what we really want to do is make sure that you not just know what they do, but you understand, like, okay,
Well,
why are we using this?
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
Let's start off with append.
Append, this is your bread and butter for adding to a list.
Right.
And it's important to note that it always adds to the very end.
Right.
You can think of it like, adding a song to a playlist. It goes right to the bottom.
Right.
You're
not sticking it in the middle.
Exactly.
You're putting it at the very end.
To the back of the line.
So we've got a really simple example here.
Yeah.
My list equals, and then in brackets, red, orange. So just two items in our list.
Right.
If we then do mylist.append, yellow. It becomes red, orange, yellow.
Just like that.
Yeah, so just cax it right on the end.
Yep, absolutely.
Now, one thing I think that is worth pointing out here that the material points out is this idea that append is a method.
Yes.
And so the best way I can think to describe this is that it's a function, right?
Right. It's a function that belongs to lists.
Yeah, so it's like a function
specifically to that list object.
that is attached
Yeah.
to a certain type of object.
Yes.
A list in this case.
Exactly.
And so that's why, instead of just saying append parentheses, whatever you want to append, you have to say mylist.append.
Right. It's connected to the list.
Yeah. You call it on the list. So it's not just a function that's kind of floating out there on its own.
Right.
It's specifically tied to that list.
Yes, absolutely. And this is a really important distinction for a lot of object-oriented programming.
Right.
Where you have functions or methods that are specifically designed to work with a certain kind of data.
Right.
And that's what's going on here with append.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, okay, now we've got this example that's called append demo.
Yeah, this one's a little more visual.
Yeah, and it starts off by creating an empty list called app.circles.
Right.
And then it uses a for loop, which is a way to just kind of repeat code a certain number of times.
It's a way to automate a bunch of actions all at once.
Exactly. Yeah. And in this case, what we're doing is we're creating a bunch of circle objects.
Right.
And each time we create one, we use that append method.
Yeah.
So it's app.circles.append parentheses circle.
Right.
And so it's adding each new circle to that list.
Yeah. So you can imagine the list is growing, one circle at a time as it goes through the loop.
Right. Exactly.
And you can see this in the demo if you're looking at the code.
Now, what's really interesting here is how they use that list.
Yes.
There's a function called onMouseMove.
Right.
And so anytime you move your mouse,
the mouse is moving, yeah.
This function runs.
Exactly.
And what it does is it goes through each circle that's in that app.circles list.
Right.
And if the mouse cursor is over that circle,
overlapping,
it makes the circle invisible.
It disappears, it goes away.
But then as soon as you move your mouse away,
it comes back.
It comes right back.
Right.
And so this really shows kind of the power of using a list.
Yes.
Because, even when that circle disappears.
Yeah, it's not actually gone.
It's still there.
It's just hidden.
It's just hidden in the list.
Exactly.
And so that's how the code knows, oh, okay, when the mouse moves away from where that circle was,
right,
we need to make it reappear. Make it visible again. Exactly, yeah.
So if it wasn't in the list anymore, then that interaction wouldn't really be possible.
Right, it would just be gone. You wouldn't be able to bring it back.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so the list is really acting as this kind of storage container, right?
Right.
That's keeping track of all those circles even when they're not visible.
Right.
And that's a really common use of lists in programming, is to keep track of a bunch of things.
Yeah.
That might be changing.
Absolutely. And this is a really good example of
a dynamic application.
Yeah, why we're doing all of this, right?
Exactly.
Because we can create these interactive
experience.
Yeah, interactive experiences in our code.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've seen append, which is all about tacking things onto the end.
Right.
Let's switch gears and talk about pop.
Okay, pop. So this is the opposite of append. Instead of adding, we're going to be taking away.
Right.
And just like append always adds to the end, pop removes from the end.
Right. So it's last in, first out.
Last in, first out.
You can think of it like I don't know, like the stack of dishes. You always take the top one off.
Right, yeah.
Or like a stack of notifications on your phone. You
Right.
deal with the most recent one first.
Right.
So that's kind of what pop is doing, taking from the end.
Okay, cool.
So we've got another simple example here.
Okay.
Let's say we have my list equals red, orange, yellow, green.
Right.
If we do mylist.pop,
Right.
then my list becomes red, orange, yellow.
So long green.
Green is gone. It got popped off the end.
Right.
And we've got a pop demo here
Okay.
that shows this in action.
Okay.
Starts off with a list of colors.
Okay.
App.colors is red, orange, yellow, green, blue.
Right.
And then the on mouse press function.
Right.
So every time you click the mouse, it calls app.colors.pop.
Okay.
And it updates a label on the screen to show what's in the list.
Oh, cool.
You can see it shrinking as you click.
Yeah.
But there's a question here.
Okay.
What happens if we get rid of that if statement
Right.
that checks if the list is empty?
Yeah, it's if len.color 0.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So what happens if we just keep clicking and clicking and clicking?
Yeah.
Well, if you try to pop from an empty list, you're going to run into trouble.
You're going to get an error.
You're going to get an error, exactly, because the program is trying to take something that's not there.
Right, there's nothing to pop.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So the example shows that after 6 clicks, you get an error.
Right, which is kind of a reminder that we should always check if a list has anything in it before we try to...
Before you try to take something out.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
All right, now here's where pop gets, I think, a little bit more interesting.
Okay. Yeah, it gets a little deeper.
It doesn't just remove an item.
Right.
It actually gives you back the item that it removed.
It hands it back to you.
Yeah, so it returns...
It returns the value, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, here's what I took off. It's like, I took this, but here you go, you can use it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've got a pop demo here that shows this.
Okay.
So instead of just calling app.colors.pop, we say color equals app.colors.pop.
Right.
So that color that just got removed is now stored in that variable.
Right.
And then, check this out, that color variable is immediately used to fill a new circle
Oh, cool.
that appears wherever you click the mouse.
Oh, so you're like recycling.
You're cycling it, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool.
So it's not just deleting, you're actually reusing that information.
Okay.
And that's a really powerful concept in programming, is being able to not just change the data, but also reuse the data that you're changing.
Right. Yeah. It's like a 2-for-1.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Now, one other thing about pop.
Yes.
We've been talking about it removing the last item.
Right.
But you can actually tell it which item to remove.
You can give it a specific location.
Yeah, by putting a number.
By putting a number in the parentheses.
Inside the parentheses. Yeah.
And that number tells Python which spot on the list.
The index of the item.
Yeah, the index.
Yeah.
To remove.
Exactly.
So, and this is important, Python starts counting from 0.
Yes. 0 is the first item.
Yeah, so if you say pop 0...
We're taking out the first item.
You're taking out the very first one.
Yeah.
So it's more versatile than just last in, first out.
It's not just the end. You can target anywhere.
Yeah, you can go in there.
You can grab any item you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we've got another pop demo here.
Okay.
That shows this.
Okay.
And in this case, it uses app.colors.pop.
Right. So each click is taking out the first color?
Yeah. So every time you click, it removes the first color.
Yep.
Now, there's a checkpoint 2 question here.
Okay.
And it says, what would happen if, right after we pop the first color with app.colors.pat0,
right,
we add this line, app.colors.append color?
Okay. So we're taking the first color out, and then we're putting it back at the end. Interesting.
What do you think would happen if we kept clicking?
So if we keep popping the first and then appending it to the end, it's going to keep cycling.
Yeah, it's like like they're on a carousel.
Yeah, like a revolving door.
Yeah.
It's going to keep going around and around.
The first one goes to the back of the line, and the next one's first, and then it goes to the back of the line.
Right, exactly.
Which is pretty neat.
It's a cool way to kind of create that cycling effect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've learned how to add to the end with append. We've learned how to remove and get back items with pop.
Right.
Now let's talk about choice.
Okay, choice. So this is a little different.
Yeah.
Choice lets you pick one value from a list but it does it randomly.
At random. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like picking a name out of a hat
Right.
or, rolling a die.
Okay.
You don't know what you're going to get.
Right.
And the material emphasizes that this is a function, not a method.
Right. So again, this is like that distinction.
Yeah, it's not attached to the list itself.
Yeah.
So instead of calling it on the list, you call it with the list as an argument.
Right. So it's like choice, app.colors.
Exactly, yeah.
Not app.colors.choice.
Exactly, yeah.
Not app.colors.choice.
Right, good catch.
And we've got a choice demo that shows this.
Okay.
And it uses that same app.colors list.
Okay.
And then the on-mouse press function uses color choice, app.color.
Right, so each click is picking a random color from that list.
Right. So every time you click, it picks a random color.
Yeah.
And then just like in that second pop demo, it uses that randomly picked color to fill a new circle.
Oh, cool. So it's like a random color generator.
Yeah, every time you click.
Yeah, you get a surprise circle with each click.
Exactly.
That's fun.
So it adds that, like, a little bit of unpredictability.
Yeah, a little bit spice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to kind of recap here.
Yes.
We got append for adding to the end of a list.
Yeah.
We've got pop for removing from the end or from a specific index and giving you back the removed item.
Exactly.
And then we've got choice for grabbing a random item.
A random element, yeah.
These seem like pretty fundamental tools for working with lists.
They're essential, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're working with lists, you're going to be using these all the time.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
And as the material points out, there's a lot more you can do with lists in Python.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of other methods.
So if you want to dig in even deeper, it's definitely worth checking out the Python documentation.
Absolutely. The documentation is your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the big takeaway here for Python lists?
I think the big takeaway is that they're incredibly powerful for managing collections of data.
Okay.
You can build them up, take them apart, rearrange them, and even add randomness.
And we saw all that in those circle examples.
Yeah, exactly. We saw how you can use these methods to create interactive experiences.
Right.
And really manipulate the data in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. So like that's kind of the power of all this, right?
Right, exactly.
It's like we're not just...
It's not just storing the data.
Yeah, we're not just storing
We're
it.
doing things with it.
We're manipulating it. We're interacting with it.
We're making it do cool stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So now that you've seen these methods in action,
Yes.
challenge for you, think about how you could use them in your own projects.
Yeah. Get creative.
What kind of cool stuff could you make?
What kind of collections could you build?
Yeah, what kind of data could you manipulate?
What kind of interactive experiences could you create?
What could you do as a little bit of randomness thrown in there?
Yeah, there's a lot of
There
possibilities.
you go. That's your homework.
Go out and experiment.
Thanks for joining us for the deep dive.
See you next time.